What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
The truth is, black men culturally are the only ones that really expect their women to help them pay bills.
What?
No. Other groups do 50-50.
If he don't need my help, so it's okay for me. If he wants me to work to help for our needs and for our bills, so I can work also.
They help one another. They understand that it's 2024 and that they need to work together. They do 50-50. They just don't complain about it.
Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. Shout out to the Black Spider guy. I see you putting those videos together out there, brother.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
Why is it that when black women start leveling up, black women start leveling up, people tell us, you can't have this, you can't have that, you need to humble yourself. We've dated the men who worked at Walmart. We've dated Kroger. We've dated drug dealers. We've dated scammers. We've dated these men.
Why are you hollering?
Just because he make $12, $13, $14, $15 an hour, y'all, that does not mean he's faithful. Stick to your script, sis. If you want him to be fine, chocolate, tall, dark, handsome, have this, have that, sis, that's what you want.
She's absolutely right. But keep in mind the same thing that I keep in mind about the woman that I want. Just because I want a particular type of woman doesn't mean that that particular type of woman wants me.
Don't allow other people to dictate for you what you should have and what you shouldn't have. The world is yours, sis.
No, it's really not. Not if you're screwed up in the head. Speaking of screwed up in the head, did you hear what she said when she started yelling?
We've dated drug dealers. We've dated scammers. We've dated these men.
So she's admitting that some black women, probably including herself, have dated drug dealers and scammers. In other words, toxic type men. Now she's saying that these same women are going to be able to level up and have a fruitful relationship with a non-toxic man. Unfortunately, only a small fraction of women can actually pull that off. Like Jay-Z said in that song Cry.
But once a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. I'm on forever.
Once a woman gets a taste of the thug life, you know, the chaotic life, chances of her being able to function with a reliable, responsible man who has peace in his house is slim to none. Trust me, I've dated them, and I've had to get rid of every last one of them because of that reason. They think that they can function with a good man the same way they did with a bad boy. So no, sis, the majority of women, no matter what country she's from, can't go back to a good girl after being a bad girl. Sorry to break the news to you.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
I want to know how a can spend all this money on you, the skin off you, then ghost you.
Did she really just stand in front of an audience of people and ask that question? Let's play that back again.
I want to know how a can spend all this money on you, the skin off you, then ghost you.
Yep, you heard it right. She asked, I want to know how a ninja can spend all of his money on you, the skin off you, and then ghost you. Well, first of all, the fact that you stood before an audience full of people and asked that question says a lot about your character. Secondly, you set the tone with that man, because clearly you were accepting the money and the gifts he was giving you, which let him know that you can be bought and for how much. How much you want to bet she was accepting money and gifts from him right from the jump? And lastly, the way you speak and the language you use, those of us with experience from women in the hood already know where you're from and what types of guys you deal with, the hood. So basically, the hood ninja just rented you until he got all that he wanted from you, and then he ghosted you.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
Can we just also say we don't actually need gravity?
What do you mean that we don't need gravity?
What if it was never invented?
Invented by who?
Exactly. Who invented gravity?
Sir Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton created gravity?
He didn't invent gravity, sweetheart. He just spoke on the laws of gravity.
Whoever created gravity, someone did, but we don't actually need it.
There was a time on Earth before gravity existed?
Yes.
What do you mean we don't need gravity? I'm curious about that
We just
statement.
don't need it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm sick of all this gravity too. Let's get rid of it all. Oh, and while we're at it, let's just get rid of air. I mean, it's just taking up space.
But like, what do you mean?
The moon doesn't have gravity.
It does.
you
But
fatty.
what do you mean that we don't need gravity? I don't understand that statement. What do you mean by it? Like that we could exist without gravity?
Yes.
I say let's just eliminate her gravity and we'll be done with this space cadet forever. Literally.
You know, we would just be floating around. Nothing would be anchored to the earth.
Yeah, but if that's all we know, nobody would know any different.
How are you going to exist on this earth without gravity? You'd be thrown into outer space. There'd be no atmosphere. There'd be no oceans.
Literally don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
literally checked out of this conversation.
No, literally, you checked out before you started talking.
Okay, let's keep
I'm
going.
so confused
What's
with
this?
how-
Let's move on.
Well, let me explain. Gravity is like a natural force.
Nobody cares about this. Like, everyone's gonna
Do you
turn
want
off
me to
at this
explain what
point.
gravity is to you?
Nobody wants you to explain this. It's
I don't
so
care
boring.
about them. I'm trying to. It
I
seems
have
like you
no
want to know what
interest in
gravity
it.
is.
I have no interest in gravity.
You'll have an interest in gravity if you start floating off into outer space.
Wait, you should know what gravity is, Trisha.
Why?
I can't believe this conversation about gravity.
I can't believe you're such a nerd that you care this much about gravity. Nobody cares. I don't care. Audience doesn't care. Nobody in this room cares.
I don't know about everybody else watching, but I care.
Wow.
I'm over this.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Oh my god.
Let's burn. We're almost there.
Yeah.
We're almost
Okay,
there.
the hour's almost up. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God, because you need to go home and take a nap or read a book on gravity so you understand the importance of it. Now, she didn't just put a tattoo of a man's face on the side of her face. She had his face tattooed on both sides of her face.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid.
So let's keep it real. For the average person who is making $50,000, that's a good person. What does dating look like for them?
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
To all the overweight women out there, this does not pertain to you, unless you think exactly the way she does. My rebuttal to her is, if you're overweight, you're not ready to date until you lose all the weight and keep the weight off. Permanently. Touché.
Y'all, can we talk about cohabitation?
Sure.
And can we talk about how so many women have got to the point where we're like, we don't want to live with you. We don't want to live with you. That's not what we want.
Well, actually, we don't want to live with you modern women either, so win-win.
And we don't want you to spend the night over here. You need to go home.
You mean wham bam thank you ma'am? No problem.
You need to call somebody, get you an Uber, get you a Lyft, and you need to get on up the highway, right?
Your wish is our command.
Have we really, y'all, we really have gotten to this point where we are so comfortable making our own decisions, making our own money. We have our own homes, apartments, everything decorated how we are living our life.
And we're comfortable letting you Western women do it.
Y'all, we really don't want to live with these men no more, do we?
Here's the interesting part. She actually thinks that she made a video having an epiphany where the women are one up on a man. When in reality, what's the only thing Western men want from Western women? You guessed it, that gushy stuff. And after we get the gushy stuff, what do we want from modern women? Nothing. Well, some men say they want a sandwich, but Western women say they're not doing any of that. We just want to go our separate ways. So basically, she's saying modern women want men to just come by, take care of business, and get out.
Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao, bella. Bye-bye.
So on behalf of all the men in Western culture who are still dealing with Western women, we'd like to say to this young lady, thank you for putting out the word to other Western women. The word to just come by, hit it, and get out. Well, bless your little heart. And now for the winner of today's video.
This is how you do not plan a freaking date. You are gonna get rejected. I am here gonna show you with receipts. I pulled this one from the archive. Let's get into it. I had been on one date with this man and I got right in that group chat after the first date telling the girlies, I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him. We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him. A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great.
So he texted her in advance, cool.
That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch?
So he texts the early evening before to confirm. Cool.
Yes, I'm still up for brunch. You're saying that 5 p.m. on Saturday, brunch assumingly would be Sunday, noon, 1. Yeah, what are you thinking?
He's thinking you already said you were available Sunday for brunch. So 5 p.m. on Saturday early evening, he's confirming. What's the problem?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
So he's willing to come your way so you don't have to go out of your way to meet him. That's called being thoughtful.
Okay, let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy.
So he's giving you the choice to go where you want to go so you enjoy yourself, and you call it the heavy lifting?
So I give him a list of these places and I add, not sure if any take a res, meaning, hey buddy, I'm giving you 3 options of places I'd like to go, but you are gonna have to do the footwork to determine whether or not they even require reservations. A lot of brunch places don't, or what the deal is. He says, oh, the Dutch eye. Not even sure what that means. Like, oh, is that a plan? No.
Then why didn't you just ask what it meant? You know, that thing we call communication?
So then that morning, I get a text from him, howdy, how does 2 sound?
So he asked you out to brunch for a second date on a Sunday. You said cool. He reached out to confirm on Saturday evening at 5 p.m. You gave him 3 places and said check for reservations. Clearly he must have done so he texted you Sunday morning to confirm a time of 2 p.m. This is exactly the way I set up dates. So once again, what's the problem?
I never heard back from him the night before, so what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon. You cannot, for a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
So am I the only one realizing that he made plans and set up the date with her prior to Sunday morning?
Even less than 24 hours. Like, your girl is busy. We are not sitting around waiting for you to reach out.
So the receipt of all the text messages that you just showed us is him not reaching out to you?
Goodbye. And so what is his response? Okay, cool.
Did you actually think he was gonna argue with you?
He, I think, got the point.
Oh, he got the point. But you, on the other hand.
But either way, I was like, this has to be like one of the laziest attempts at putting a second date together.
Trust me, it won't happen again. I promise you. At least not with you. Man, I hope this dude sees this video.
Like, bro, second date. What are you doing?
Calling, asking you out again, confirming the evening before, picking one of the 3 places that you wanted to go and making the arrangement, and then setting a time the morning of the date, which you already knew you 2 were planning to go on.
You missed out is what happened. Sorry.
Yeah, he missed out all right. Missed out on a headache. This video clearly didn't go the way she thought it was gonna go because everybody that saw it was in the comments section saying that there was something wrong with her, not him. Look at the comments. Just go ahead and get a bunch of cats if you haven't already. If not, you will be alone forever. I think you misread and misinterpreted him entirely. He's offering to come to you. Might not know your area. Wants to take you someplace you like. The call is coming from inside the house. I think we're all on his side. Girl, your receipt is not receding. He is not missing out. And it goes on and on and on of people saying that she was the one that's detached from reality. I said it once before, I'll say it again. There are a lot of women out there who really need a male friend that when they make videos like this, they should send the video to him, let him review it first before she releases it so he can stop her from making a fool of herself. This video got 41,557 comments, and 97% of the comments says she's the one that's lost in space. So congratulations to this young lady for being the winner of today's video. She is really a special kind of, hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.